Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am very excited to finally try all these products together. This is a drugstore order I received earlier this month. I've been trying a few things here and there, but I haven't fully tested these, and I'm very excited to do that again today. So one thing that I really want to test, I haven't even opened this yet. This is a new sunscreen from Neutrogena. This is the Hydro Boost Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizer with SPF 50. It's fragrance free, and while I do tend to prefer K-beauty sunscreens, I am always interested to try stuff new that comes out. Maybe it'll be something that I really enjoy. So, oh, it has a nice little pump on it. That's very nice. And I did already moisturize earlier with the Ilia face base milk. So, and that's had a lot of time to sink in. So we're gonna get a pump of this. Taking a minute since it's new. Oh, it's kind of light blue. Interesting. I have no idea what to expect. It is fragrance free. Let me just check that. Yeah, I don't smell anything but a little sunscreeny smell. Ooh, it seems nice and light in terms of like it's not heavy and greasy, but I guess we'll see. The sunscreen ingredients are avobenzone, homosalate, octosalate, and octocrylene. So this is a chemical sunscreen. That's generally what I prefer. Oh boy, looking very, very dewy. Yeah, that blended right into my skin. It feels very nice and hydrating. I am a little concerned about how shiny I am because I want to use this from Covergirl today, which is another kind of dewy product. So we'll be layering dewy products today, which can sometimes be a problem, but I guess that will just be a test for the powder. We'll see how this does. Pat it in as much as possible, and then I will let it sit for a few minutes before I actually go and put on makeup. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just been sitting here sipping on my tea, letting that sink into my skin, and while it still looks very moisturized, it's not looking as dewy, which I'm very thankful for, and the texture of my skin is actually very pleasant. It's very soft. I'm so hopeful that this sunscreen doesn't break me out, because this is very, very nice. I'm enjoying it very much. I will definitely keep you updated. All right, let's go in with some of this Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. So I've had this pulled out in my Shop My Stash for the month, and I have found that I actually do not like this as much as I initially thought. I feel like this has been making me break out a little bit this month, but you know, that can be a combination of things that could be causing breakouts, so I'm proceeding carefully. Oh, these two products do not like each other. I've got some pilling, and I do not generally have pilling with this product, so these two products are a no-no together. I'm torn on whether I should just start over or if I should just try and let that set. I'm gonna try and continue here. I'm kind of hurrying through this part because we get to the things that are actually new in my collection. I'm gonna use next the little Hydro Boost Neutrogena concealer that I love so much. I just featured this in a favorites video, and this has kind of replaced, in my collection, the Glossier Stretch Concealer and also the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening. I'm still trying to finish my e.l.f. Flawless Brightening, and I gave the Glossier to my daughter, but in my heart, this has taken their place. It's light coverage, can be easily patted out with fingers, it's smoothing. And I know it's hard to tell right now because everything that I'm wearing is so dewy, but this is more satiny dewy than actual like sticky glowy dewy. Okay, I picked up a new bronzer. So this is from Physicians Formula, and I actually kept the packaging because I thought they described it in such an interesting way. So this is the Mineral Wear Diamond Bronzer, and it says on it that it's a talc-free, weightless, and creamy bronzer. It's an innovative powder and serum hybrid, and it's supposed to be safe for sensitive skin. So calling it a powder and serum hybrid, I really didn't know what to expect. I have tried it once. I think it actually feels quite wet. It's very creamy. So this is the shade Bronze Gem, which is, from what I could tell, was the lighter one. There's only a couple shades of this. So I'm gonna try and use it with this BK Beauty brush. Now, a subscriber recently gifted me a whole bunch of brushes. I was so thrilled because they were just beautiful, beautiful brushes. And this is one of them. Thank you so much, you know who you are. But I have not yet used this for cream bronzer. This is the A507, which I believe is meant for use for cream blush, cream and powder blush, but we're gonna try it with this bronzer today. And I'm gonna try to apply it relatively sheerly, which I don't know if I accomplished that or not. I try not to pick up too much. Let's see. I mean, it blends out to be very pretty. So I actually really, really like that. So the whole reason I picked this one up is because I heard someone say that they thought it was like a dupe for the Makeup by Mario skin enhancer. So I had to buy this to test that. I disagree with that person. This does have more pigment, even though it's shearing out really nicely. It does have more pigment. It doesn't have the same texture, but I guess I could see the comparison because it is blending in so prettily and it is kind of a wet formula. I've kind of been doing the RMS thing where you put bronzer more high on your cheek, just to kind of mimic more where the sun would actually hit, you know? The only problem with that is that that's where I would always put blush, like all over here. So I have to be more careful with blush placement so that I'll end up with a muddy mess. So far, that's actually looking beautiful. That's the color again. It's turned out to be quite nice and sheer. And since I'm wearing such a dewy base, it's kind of hard to tell if this is like super, super dewy or not, but just looking at it, I don't think that this is a particularly dewy product, but it does have a little bit of like a skin light glow. So far, I'm really liking that. All right, you know I had to get a new blush. These ones from Pixi have been getting a lot of attention. This is the On The Glow Blush Tinted Moisture Stick. We have very, very moisturizing products to use today. So this is the shade Fleur. So that's the shade. It's a little bit more of a brighter pink than I was expecting, but you know, I think it'll be fine. I'm going to actually just kind of put it in the palm of my hand and then pick it up with this brush. Ooh, it looks very dewy on my palm. Yeah, after this, we're gonna have to powder a lot. So even though that is a bright pink color, I think it sheers out to be very pretty. So even though blush is definitely still on trend, I do feel like I have seen a little bit of a pullback sometimes from wearing so much blush. And this is one that you can easily just create like a soft little pop of color without, you know, looking like you're wearing a ton of blush. Okay, we are going to have to set. And initially I had picked the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I don't know, this might be just too glowy, but we're gonna use it today. So I'm just picking it up from the cap, packing it onto my little puff, rub it on the back of my hand to get off too much excess. And then here we go. Normally I would not set my entire face, but today I feel like we need it. I know I said we. I meant I. I don't know why I do that when I say we when I mean I. So I actually think this is looking very nice. It's definitely softened the glow a little bit, but it has allowed the glowiness still to be there. And as always, when I'm wearing like a glowy sunscreen, I feel like it does look more glowy on camera than it actually does in real life. In real life, I feel like I'm looking definitely more satiny now, not nearly as shiny. And I'm just gonna take my puff and kind of gently buff around the edges of where that bronzer was, just to make sure everything is very seamless. Okay, I think that really helped a lot. But now I feel like you can't really see the blush, right? I feel like it's kind of melted into my skin. It's not really there. I mean, I didn't apply that much to begin with, but I know I used a brush last time, but let's experiment. I'm just going to apply a little bit more with my fingers. Yeah, this is a very non-intimidating cream blush. Because it's sheer, it blends out prettily, like you don't have to worry about doing too much, you know? Okay, I'm gonna put some of this through my brows. This is not Drugstore. I currently don't have a Drugstore brow gel. I finished my one from e.l.f. This one was sent to me by Billion Dollar Brows. This is their Taupe tinted brow gel. I have to be really careful with this. It's very, very wet, but you know, I'm just trying to use what I have. Okay, I was going to put on some ColourPop highlighter, just a little bit of lunch money, but I really don't think I need it today. So we're gonna skip highlighter. Before we tackle the eyes, let's do lips. I really wanna put on some lip products. Okay, I wiped off my lip balm. I am actually quite excited about this lip liner from Revlon. I'm trying to remember who it is that always says that these are so good. It might be Emily Noel. I know she tries all the things at the drugstore, so I feel like she's kind of like the most knowledgeable drugstore guru out there. This is the Colorstay Longwear Lip Liner. It does come with a little sharpener on the end, if I can get it out. Yeah, there we go. There's the sharpener. And otherwise it is a twist up lip liner. Now, generally I prefer just a regular wooden pencil, but I'm feeling like I might really like this one. I tried it the other day and I really liked the color. Did I say what this was? The color Nude. Isn't that a nice neutral? Now, despite this going on beautifully super creamy, it honestly feels like it is stuck to my lips and it's not sticky. Sometimes these can be kind of sticky. This one is not. So I'm thinking this might actually be a really, really good formula that I might want to get colors in, but we'll see how long it wears, especially with a gloss over the top. I think this won an Allure Beauty Award, which, you know, that doesn't mean as much nowadays when we know that in order for a product to even be considered, the company has to pay money. But, you know, it won an award out of all the products that had been entered. So this is the Gloss Crush Lip Serum from Flower Beauty, and this is the shade Honey Crush. So it is just a very pretty, kind of neutral looking product. It has kind of a chunkier little doe foot on it. It's kind of a, what is that scent? It's not necessarily my favorite scent. Berryish or something? But the actual formula is very comfortable. Yeah, it feels very, very nice. Of course, all these products, I will update you on them when I actually have a review. So I can't help it. I feel like I need to take some of my number 7 powder and put it under my eyes. They're just looking still so, so shiny. There. Oh, that's better. Okay, let's do eyes. I'm going to real quick throw on some Wet n Wild Simma Brown Now eyeliner. I'm going to push it up on like the underneath of my lashes here and then bring it down to my waterline. And here is one eye done. Look at the difference and how thick my lashes look, like especially on the top in comparison to this side. I just love the effect of that. Okay, eyeliner is done, so we can finally move into this eye product from Kiko. This is so pretty and it's been on my wish list for forever. So this is one of the long-lasting wet and dry eyeshadow. I have the shade number 200. I have to be careful opening it. Whenever you order online from Ulta, there's always a danger that something is going to be ruined. Well, my actual shadow didn't get smashed, but it's completely loose in the pan, so be very careful. I'm gonna try and hold it in while I hold it up to you. So this is that beautiful wet dry eyeshadow. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. So this is the shade 200 when it's dry. Look at that. Holy moly. I am gonna wear it dry today. Normally I would apply a product like this with my fingers, but I kind of want to see what I can get it to look like with like a regular fluffy brush. I feel like this can be a very glam eyeshadow, and today I'm looking for, you know, not so much a glam look, just kind of an everyday look. So I'm really gonna load it up on this little fluffy brush. I do think that this formula is meant to be like pressed onto the eye, but I'm just curious. I want to see. Oh, it's very pretty. There's no problem being applied with a brush. Isn't that a gorgeous everyday shade? Oh my. I wanted to use a brush because sometimes formulas can look like super extra, I don't know, kind of reflective and wet looking if you blend it out with a brush. I'm not sure if using a brush toned this down at all. It looks just as impressive as if I had applied it with fingers. But I'm gonna try and blend out the edges. I'm gonna see if this is a really good single eyeshadow one. My favorite one and done's eyeshadows are the ones where you can get it to look really intense on the lid, but as you blend it out in the crease or up on the brow bone, it gets nice and sheared out and it looks like you're wearing more than one eyeshadow, and I really want to see if this one will do that. I don't know, it stays pretty sparkly. It is very pretty, but I feel like the shine just kept on going no matter how much I blended. Oh well, very pretty though. And I bet you wet, it is very metallic and pretty. Okay, the mascara I have been testing is from Covergirl. This is the Clump Crusher. Now this mascara is more dry, and I knew going in that this is not a necessarily very dramatic mascara. I was looking for a good one that I could recommend to people who didn't want such a big, bold lash, but I am gonna try and build it up today, up to where I like it. So this is gonna take a little bit of building, but happily this mascara, it's on the dry side and it builds really, really nicely without getting clumpy. Have the Clump Crusher. So don't mind me, I'm just gonna take some time here and try and build this up. Okay, so here I have, you know, applied it and really gotten in there. So you can see you can build it up so it's not a super, super natural mascara, but this is one of those where if you just go in and do one little light layer, you are gonna get a very natural looking mascara. I'm not hating it. It's nice to have an option that's a little dry, and it's a very dry formula and I'm liking it. Okay, let's talk final thoughts. Definitely don't mix these two products. I'm gonna have to try this sunscreen again when I'm using a totally different style of foundation. I'm still getting a little pilling. While I don't think that this is a dupe of the Makeup by Mario, I think it could be an alternative, and I'm interested to try it more. I'm thinking it looks nice. This is a very natural looking blush. I think it's very pretty, definitely for someone who doesn't want too intense of a look. You could easily add more and build it up and see if you want, but I think that that's what this is meant to be, just very gentle. I really like this lip liner so far. It's so good. I mean, it's only been a little while, but again, I'll update you on how well this wore. And I like the Gloss Crush lip serum from Flower Beauty. Despite the odd, is it strawberry? It smells kind of jammy to me. It's just an odd choice. Anyway, besides the scent, This is nice. I've heard about these Kiko shadows for years. I think they're worth the hype. I mean, that's beautiful. And I applied it very gently with a brush and it's still very shiny. I think that using it wet or packing it on, you could get a very intense metallic look. I'll go fluff my hair. I'll be right back. Well, as always, you'll have to let me know if you've tried any of these products, and if so, what do you think? I don't do these videos too often, just, you know, try and keep the purchasing down, but if there is a drugstore product that you would like to see reviewed, let me know down in the comments as well. Or if you just think there's anything I should try, let me know that as well too. I love your recommendations. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. The tea I've been sipping on is a matcha latte. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really do appreciate you on my channel, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye.